The Minister of Health, Professor Isaac Aduwole, on Monday, summoned the Executive Secretary of the National Health Insurance Scheme, Professor Usman Yusuf, who was last week suspended by the Governing Council of the NHIS. It was learnt that Yusuf met with Aduwole at the ministry in the presence of a permanent secretary from the Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation. Aduwole, it was learnt, also summoned the chairman of the NHIS Council, Dr. Niantu Ifen, over the crisis which had brought activities at the scheme to a standstill. A source at the ministry said the minister would write a letter to President Muhammadu Buhari over the crisis, make recommendations and seek the president's directive on the next line of action. The source added, the minister just returned from Brazil and was inundated with calls from all over the country regarding the NHIS crisis. He immediately summoned Professor Yusuf and they have had a meeting already. He also met with the chairman of the NHIS board to get her own side of the story, after which he will write a letter to the president over the matter. Earlier in the day, policemen numbering about 50 broke the gate to the headquarters of the NHIS and fired tear gas at workers who had barricaded the entrance to the agency. The angry workers had arrived at the premises before 8 a.m., chanting "Yusuf is a fraud, Yusuf must go," among others, until the S arrived around 9 a.m., while the workers blocked the entrance with their union vehicles. The police and a few officials of the Department of State Services escorted him in. However, the workers remained adamant, thereby forcing Yusuf to alight from his vehicle and walk into the main premises. As the workers prevented the NHIS boss from entering, the policemen fired tear gas to disperse the crowd. The workers, many of who were dressed in the Nigeria Labour Congress khaki, had been backed by the Governing Council of the scheme, who vowed last Friday that Yusuf would not be allowed in if he dared to come to work.